Hello everyone, Andrew here with the market outlook for next week. It's gonna be from 26 September all the way to the end of the month, which is 30 September. Sorry for the lack of content on this YouTube channel. I've had some personal issues, so I wasn't really in a good state of mind to shoot some YouTube videos, but it's all good right now. From next week, we're gonna go full work mode. I'm gonna post 2 to 3 videos a week, giving all the free value that I can for everyone here on YouTube to actually learn how to trade, get some trading tips, and just start making some money, because we are heading into some dark times in the economy. So we do need to have a skill that makes us money, and trading is an amazing skill to learn, because you can basically have an unlimited income just by working from home. It's such an amazing thing. So let's get into the market outlook for next week, see what we have here. So DXY has been pumping a lot this week. Ever since the week started, we just went skyrocketing without no real pullback, and we are closing down on the monthly level, and we are closing down to the monthly level from April 2002. So that is some really scary stuff, to be honest. Look at the weekly. We have a weekly supply zone right here where price looks like it's heading. So weekly candle closed really bullish. Nothing to say there really. We're just waiting to see what's gonna happen. I guess beginning of the week we do have some news, so let's go over and look at the news right now. So we have the news here. Just gonna select the date until Friday, and as you can see, we do have some news. Tomorrow is gonna be an important day because 4 p.m. GMT +3, that's the time zone we're looking at. We're gonna have some euro news, and that's gonna be ECB President Lagarde is gonna speak. From my opinion, I think that Lagarde is gonna bring some positive things, some hope in the market for euro, because euro has been dropping a lot. So I do think this speech is gonna have a big impact on how the direction of the market is gonna go this week. But Tuesday, we also have Powell, who's gonna speak again 30 minutes before New York Open, and then he's gonna speak again on Wednesday, and then basically until the end of the week we're just not gonna have that many news. Just gonna have some more news on Friday to end out the month. So what I think is gonna happen, I think DSI is gonna have a small pullback and then potentially push into this zone before starting to retrace, so you can have the pullback. That's the first option. Or the second option is just we're gonna have a small pullback and then continuing higher to make a new break of structure before having the next. So there's no signs of DXY slowing down or reversing yet, so just don't try to take positions against the dollar, because it's very bullish, and you're just gonna end up getting stopped out and losing money on this. So let's go over on Euro USD, and if we were watching the weekly time frame, it's actually really scary. Like, look at this downtrend on weekly. It's just dropping and dropping without having any real pullback. Right here we went back to the weekly zone, and then we just dropped again. My prediction for last week invalidated once we failed to create a new high, which is also, you need to know how structure works. You need to learn how to read structure in order to anticipate what the market is gonna do. So in this case, the market, after the daily candle closed like this, we had a small consolidation, and then when I saw price heading down, then I just knew that price is gonna dump and create a new break of structure. So looking at the 4 hour as well, once we approach this area, yeah, of course, there were some buys here. There was actually a buy trade here that was confirmed, but then it didn't hold. So price did break down, and then it just retested the flip zone right here, and then continuing dropping again. So Euro USD for next week, it all depends on how the market opens and what's gonna impact it. We are trading below 0.97, so I do think this week we're gonna head back to 0.99 at least to retest the level and have that pullback. Question is, are we gonna take the low, or is this gonna be the actual low? Looking at the 4 hour time frame, you see how we closed straight bullish, straight bearish, like no confirmation for buys. We did react from the 0.967 level. So I do think we're gonna have Asia session is gonna come into play, and it's either gonna push up, right? It's gonna push up and then just consolidate down there, and then potentially having a buy trade in London session, or it's just gonna consolidate in this area, then London's gonna come in, and then we can see some potential buys, because New York has set a low, so that's a good sign that this low may be protected. And I do think that London session is gonna push higher. I think that mainly because all week, the last couple of weeks, London session has always pushed dollar down. That's a sign that the London session and the European volume is pushing dollar down, but then New York comes in and they just push dollar back up again. So I do think we're gonna have some pullback on Monday. We're gonna have some aggressive pullback, potentially even going to 0.97, 0.98 to retest that level. So 0.98, which is around here. So there is a big possibility that price will head up to that area to retest Monday, or potentially if it's probably gonna happen either in London session, or it's gonna happen when the president is gonna speak, when Lagarde is gonna speak on ECB central bank. I do think they're gonna potentially push price back up, but of course I'm gonna look for buys because we are trading at the low. We did have a major break of structure to the downside, so we need to have a pullback. So I do want to catch that pullback because we are way overextended Euro USD. So I do think a pullback is imminent, is gonna happen. The matter is, how are you willing to risk on positions, or are you not willing to risk on positions? Because sales at this point, they do not make sense. So for me, buys are in play. It is a possibility that price is gonna push lower to potentially even go to 0.96, which is gonna be a huge hit for Euro, but it's definitely a possibility, or even we can go down to 0.93 in the upcoming weeks. So I do think the structure on EURUSD is going to continue bearish until the end of the year. Every asset against the dollar is going to go down. Even gold is going down, crypto is going down, everyone is going down, everything is going down, and the dollar is just keep going up. So I'm going to expect this pullback on EURUSD and also GBP USD, but we're gonna go into that later. I do expect EURUSD to start pushing up from tomorrow, maybe towards Tuesday, and then having some more bearish movement. So keep an eye out for that because we are trading at the low. Friday didn't have much impact on the speech, so I do think that price may start pushing higher. So let's see how the market opens. I'm gonna update you in the free Telegram chat, so be sure to join that because it's absolutely free, and I do give some analysis here and there and also some tips on what you can wait. So GBP USD had a big drop from this week. It just dropped around 500 pips, which is absolutely crazy because it had no pullback. 1 hour candle, there's no bullish structure at all. The only thing that you can keep count of is just the price is trading at institutional levels, which are like 1.085, which is round numbers, which is a good confluence. If you do have rejections on them, you can potentially take a trade. We are closing on 1.08 level, and there's rumors going around that GBP USD can go all the way down to the 1.0 level, which means that EURUSD is gonna head under 0.19, which is really crazy. And that's why I'm saying you need to learn a skill that makes you money. So either it's trading or another skill, just learn a skill that can make you money no matter what the situation is in the world. If the economy is going down, up, inflation, doesn't matter, you can still make money, and that way it's just by trading. Trading is a really nice skill to have. So GBP USD, I think we're gonna have Asia session that is gonna push a little bit down, and then we're gonna have a huge movement to the upside in London session. So that's what I'm expecting on GBP USD. I do hope that we're not gonna open with a huge gap to the upside. If we do open with a huge gap to the upside, then price will potentially push up in London session, and then in the coming days is gonna come back and fill the gap and then continue bullish. So GBP USD does look good for buys. I do like it. I will probably just execute buys here in market close, but I wasn't on the charts. That would have been a good gamble, let's say, with the risk of getting slipped to the downside, of course. For me, it's worth the risk stacking positions here. So GBP USD long-term targets, if we do have a pullback, we're probably just gonna retest the 1.04 level before continuing lower, or maybe we can come back to this area right here, 1.125, to then continue bearish again. But we're gonna have some structure on the 4 hours, so it's either gonna happen this week or maybe the start of the next month. And by the way, I'm gonna have a huge announcement to make in the free Telegram group about the premium channel that I'm gonna start. It's gonna probably start from the beginning of next month because it's not worth it to start it right now because I don't think we're gonna have any good trades. So continuing on, gold is just dropping without stopping. So for gold, there's not much to say. I think we're heading to 1625 area, which is a weekly area and also a daily demand area right there. So I do think we're gonna hit 1625 this week before potentially having a pullback. However, structure could have a pullback Monday session or Tuesday session toward these areas before continuing down further. So even for gold, we broke this level, we are retesting it. We had this huge week, but there was no liquidity in the market to push price down. So it's a possibility that we're gonna fill this week, come a bit higher, and then start dropping, potentially hitting the 1625 levels. So the market is really unpredictable right now. Structure is not really respecting. The best thing you can do is just wait for proper structure and just take some scalp trades, 10-15 pips really quickly using a 2-3-5 pip stop loss. Take your money and be done for the day. Just make your profits. So let's also look at crypto because crypto is starting to get really interesting. We're gonna start with Ethereum. So Ethereum on the weekly time frame is just looking like it's gonna drop really hard. We did have a small pullback, but then we realigned structure bearish, and look at this weekly candle close, just beautiful, bearish, engulfed and everything like that. Daily structure came back down. If we're using areas, this is a good area, and price broke below it, and you can see how it's retesting it and is giving rejection. So I do think we're gonna continue all the way down to this area around the 1000 level before dropping even higher. May have a spike and then price continuing lower. As I said, all assets against the dollar are going down, Bitcoin and Ethereum included. There is no real reason to look at altcoins right now. So if you're into crypto trading, then just go ahead and trade. But if you're looking for long-term investments, there's still a long wait to have, because Ethereum is gonna probably go down all the way to 400, 500 levels before maybe continuing a bit higher. Bitcoin also is like, it almost touched the lows here that were made in June. So we are heading towards that area. It's the same thing. We came, we tested this area. We are just staying in this area, but I do think we potentially have a week to the upside to fill this imbalance before continuing higher and dropping. So the drop is coming, it's getting closer and closer. I do think we're gonna drop really hard. We're gonna have a huge move. A lot of liquidity is gonna be dumped in the market on Bitcoin especially, and we're gonna probably head under the 1500 levels, even 10k. I think we're going that way. So I'm waiting patiently for this drop to happen. I know it's gonna happen. The question is when, and if you can have the patience to wait for it. Let's take a look at Gpp Jpy as well, because Jpy has been taking a huge hit recently. So again, because it's a risk-free, it's a safe haven. Jpy is a safe haven, so it's taking a huge hit after the dollar skyrocketing. So weekly, like, look at this close, we are changing structure bearish, so it's time to sell Gpp Jpy as hard as you can. I think it's gonna come back to the 160 level, and then maybe we can have this pullback here, and then we're gonna continue going lower. So also Gpp Jpy has really nice structure. This was a really nice short here, just tapped it and then 4 hour reversed, and then it just started dropping. So we're gonna have some interesting price section this week. I'm gonna keep you updated in the Telegram group, because now during the weekend there's not much information that I can share you, because everything has been dropping. EURUSD, GBP/USD, gold have been dropping. So unless we see some structure, liquidity sessions being set up, push price higher, then there's not much that I can do. And the most important thing that you can learn in trading is to have patience. And I know it's boring, I know you're not making money, but you're better than 99% of traders if you are not making money but not losing money as well. So it's better to not trade if you don't see something clear. This is a point that I really try to stick to my students. If you don't see something nice that you like, that you have confidence in, just stay away, because you're just gonna lose more and more and more. You're gonna get annoyed, you're gonna get nervous, and then you just end up losing real money. So that's not fun, right? Just wait for proper structure. If you have a trade a week, 2 trades a week, especially with the knowledge that we share, you can have a huge risk rewards. You can have really good trades, really quick trades, and you just take your profits and then go on with your life. Save up some cash to invest in the potential future when we're gonna have the bigger crashes. So that's about it for this outlook. Was not that interesting, but don't forget to join the free Telegram group, where I'm gonna give you some updates depending on what price happens. I'm gonna share some charts. I'm gonna provide a lot of value there. Let's get the group to 1000 subscribers. So we are now at 882. Let's go to 1000, and I promise you from next week we're gonna start making money together by starting the premium group. So saying that, I hope you enjoyed this quick outlook. I hope you had an amazing weekend, and don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment if this has helped you. And have an amazing week, and finish the month with profit. Don't overtrade, don't over risk, and just stay safe. See you guys in the next one.